Hi everybody, it's Kristin. So by far the Balm Jovi won for, they actually by double the votes. For the next 4 looks 1 palette, I will still do the It Cosmetics one. I just wanted to know which one to do first. So that is what I'm going to go ahead and do for you guys today, or this week I should say. I bought mine on HauteLook, so I got it for half price. It shows up a lot on HauteLook, and this is the one that opens up like this, and then has the powder products, and then down below, oh, I just put my finger in the Mary Luminizer. Gravy, good gravy. And then it has the cream products on here. That is the only reason that I actually bought this palette, is because I don't like when there's cream products in with my shadows, but because it was covered up, then I decided I would go ahead. So today I used Iron Maiden right here on the inner probably 2/3 of my lid. I used Alice Copper in the outer third. As a transition, I used, and probably will use every day, Allegro. And then I used Adagio as my highlight. I will zoom you in and then I'll tell you what's on the rest. Okay, so here's a look. For eyeliner today, I have the 12 Hour Made to Last from Jordana in the brown. I have that up top. And I did also take, I forgot to mention, I did also take this Presto, the dark brown color, below my lash line. And for blush today, I have the Smashbox blush in Warm Glow. You guys already saw me talk about this probably in my brush video. For my highlight, I have the Bare Minerals in this Magic Moment as my highlight. It's just so pretty. And on my lips today, I have the Bare Minerals Moxie in Breakaway, which looks like that. Okay, so for today's look, I used Blink 1982, which is this color right here. I used that on the outer third and the inner third. And then I used Third Eye Blinded in the middle of my lid and blended that out. I just used the same taupe, the blush and taupe from NYX as my transition color. It's a little cooler and I didn't want the warmth that Allegro has. You can see how that's a really warm brown. I didn't want quite that warmth. And then I took Moderato and I used that on my lash line and ended up kind of almost winging it out. It's not supposed to be in a wing. I just wanted it to be a little bit thicker, the line to be a little thicker on the outside, excuse me, than it was on the inside. And I took Moderato underneath as well. And then I have the Jordana Made to Last in black as my tight line. And I think that's everything in my eyes. So I'll zoom in. Okay, so this is the look. I'll look this way today. And for blush today, I used the blush that is in the palette, and it's called Don't You Want Me, right here. And I have a little bit of the luminizer as well. And then on my lips today, I have the Essence Stay Matte Lip Cream, and this is in Velvet Rose. I think every time I've shown this, I've forgotten to say the color. And then I have the Bare Minerals Gloss in Dazzler over top of that. For my look today, I thought I would do a little bit of a green look. So I used Iron Made In, which is this kind of champagne-y color, on the inner third. And then I took Led Zeppelin, which is a very shimmery olive, almost like kind of a deeper olive green. I used that on the outer 2/3. I used Allegro to transition, and I used Adagio as my brow bone highlight. And then I used my Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in Stash, which is one of my favorites, down below, and then I smudged it out with Led Zeppelin. And I did not get as much kind of glitter fallout as I thought I was going to, so that was nice. And then in the outer corner, just a little bit, I took some of the dark brown, that Presto. I did that to kind of tone down the shimmer a little bit. You can't really look at my eye and say, oh, there's deep brown in the outer corner. But it just looks a little bit deeper, has a little different dimension, and it kind of tones down that glitter a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. Okay, and then on my top lash line, I used the Tarte Smolder Eyes in Onyx. I smudged that into my top lash line, and I only went as far as kind of where the dark the darker that Led Zeppelin shadow went, and then I smudged this same liner into my upper tight line as well. Spit it out, Kristen. And then for blush today, I used this MAC blush from the holiday collection in Lured to Love. It's a mineralized, you can see. It's a mineralized blush. It's just kind of a nice peach, almost a burnt peach. But I used that. And then for my lips today, I first went with Pinup Peach, which is kind of one of my go-to when I use a pink or peachish blush. But it was too pink, so I had this right next to it. So I just put the Made It Mauve, right? No. Yes, Made It Mauve right over top of it. And it was a really nice combination. So that's today's look. The final look that I have for you today is a little more kind of probably night look than it would be a day look. But I mean, I'm wearing it to work today, so you know. I used REM, which is this lilac-y color right here, all over the lid. And on the outer corner, I actually used Stroke, which is the matte black. But it should be noted that I took it on a 217 brush and then I patted it off on my hand before I applied it. So it's very pigmented. So I used those two colors. I used Adagio as my brow bone highlight. I took a little of Metallica right here on the inner corner. And then for my transition color, I actually used the blush that I wore today. Let me just grab that for you here, which is Rockateur. I used that just kind of in the crease as a transition. And I think that is everything that I wore. Oh, and I did take some of the Stroke, which is the black one, in the outer corner of over my eyeliner, but I'll zoom you in and then we'll come back and talk about that. Okay, so here's the look. So definitely not my normal look, but something different. That's, as I've said before, that's one of the things I like about doing these videos. For my top liner, I have on my upper lash line as well as my upper waterline, I have the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last in black. And then lower lash line, I have the Maybelline Taupe Takeover. And as I said, I have a little of that matte black called the Stroke down below. I think that is everything that I have on my eyes today. Oh, for my blush, as I said, I have the Rockateur. And then for my lips today, I kind of used a combination of the Millie and Vanilli together. I didn't like this right by itself, but I did want to use these at least one day for you. Just not my favorite type of product. I don't like products like this. I feel like they're just open and asking for trouble. So, but I did want to use them at least once. Okay, so I swatched all of the colors on my hand for you of the eyeshadows. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. This is the blush and the highlighter on my hand or on my fingers. I'm just going to put it on my hand for you. And I think that they have said that this is Frat Boy and this is Mary Luminizer. I'm going to swatch those two right next to it. Okay, so these are the two in the palette, and then this is Frat Boy, and this is Mary Luminizer. I would say that the Mary Luminizer is a tad creamier, and there's just a little more gold in that one, nothing crazy. And then the one in the blush in the palette, which is Don't You Want Me, they're pretty similar. For all intents and purposes, it's similar. So I enjoyed using this palette. I don't think it's the best palette out there. It is nice, travel friendly, because it is it's very thin. The lip colors are not very, I should show you those. I'm sorry, I'll show you those. They're not very pigmented, the Millie isn't. The Vanilli is pigmented. So that's the Millie and that's the Vanilli. The Vanilli is the stronger one of the two, which seems strange. But Vanilli, Millie. On the lips though, and part of it is because I have some pigmentation to my lips. So combined I liked them. Millie by itself I couldn't really see on my lips. So some of the standout colors I think are Allegro. I really like that. And I just said this in a haul video. I like that it has a dark brown. I am going to do one more look with this palette, and you'll see that on Topic Tuesday, and that's going to be just your very basic look, like a really basic look that you could wear any lip color with, because I'm going to be swatching the Bare Minerals Kiss and Tell lipsticks on my lips. So I am going to use this for one more look. That's kind of why I didn't do your really basic look because, well, it's kind of boring. So at any rate, so Allegro is kind of a standout. Iron Maiden is a very nice color, which is this one right here. It has kind of a nice deeper champagne. So I liked this palette. I don't think this palette is a must-have by any means, but if you have it, hopefully this gave you some ideas of what to do with it. So throughout the whole video, I was wearing the CoverGirl 3-in-1 Outlast foundation, and I am in the color 825. And I think all but one day I was wearing the Tom Ford Illuminating Primer. Who doesn't combine those two? I think maybe day one I was wearing the Rouge Bunny Rouge primer, but... And, oh, throughout the whole video, I was also wearing the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Mascara. And I think that about covers it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave it below. We are going forward. I kind of put up a little public service announcement in the front of my haul video because I had pre-recorded that. Due to the YouTube changes, we aren't able to go back and answer or reply to any comments that were left before Wednesday afternoon. Anything Wednesday afternoon going forward, it's, you know, they kind of made you have a Google Plus account, I guess, is from what I understand, but we are able to go and answer those comments. So if there's a comment that you have left for me that I haven't responded to, please leave it again, or question, whatever, please leave it again, even if it has nothing to do with this video. I have no problem answering that. There were, as I said, also a lot of people that wanted the It Cosmetics, and now since my haul video went up, the Smashbox Wonder Vision palette, I think is what it was called. People want 4 looks, 1 palettes with that. I think I'll do the Smashbox one first, only because it's kind of a limited, not kind of, it's a limited edition product, and then the It Cosmetics one will follow that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!